Hi everyone, my name is Mare and this is my channel Sin_City_cross-stitcher, where I talk about cross-stitch and other crafty adventures. Today is Friday, October 10th, and this is Flosstube number 28, I believe. Yes, 28. So it's been about 3 weeks since I last filmed a video. My last one was on September 19th, and then I did do 2 weeks ago I did a Flosstube extra where I filmed like all of my kits, pre-packaged kits, Dimensions, Mill Hill, Satsuma Street, Janlin. So I filmed like me going through an entire box of those and then trying to whittle them down, trying to um, get rid of some that I didn't think that I was going to stitch. So if that's something that you might be interested in, go check that out. That was the video before this one. It was just a Flosstube extra, and then before that, yeah, it was my regular Flosstube update, which was kind of long-winded. I feel like I rambled on a bit. I felt like it was kind of chaotic. Hopefully it didn't come across that way on your end, but I felt like I was kind of all over the place. So I am hoping that this one will be a little less rambly, maybe a little shorter. So I'm just going to get into it. Let's talk stitching. Um, I don't have, I don't think that I have a lot. But I did spend probably 4 or 5 days on each project, so I think I have a decent amount of progress. I just didn't touch as many things. But I'm going to start off with my FFOs. So this one was actually a start and a finish, and a fully finish since my last video. This is called Little Mushroom Ghost, and it's by the Little Stitcher. It was in the Halloween issue, this 2025 Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. And so this is my finish. I finished it on one of these wooden hoops. Actually, I think it's rubber. And then just put some felt on the back. This was supposed to be a gift for somebody, but I think it's really cute, but there are some issues with it. It wasn't quite perfect, and I wanted to give a gift that was, you know, I don't know. I just wanted to give something that I was a little more proud of. I don't know. I don't know. Um, so I had originally stitched this on like a cream. Well, this was a cream. It's a 14 count Ada, and the ghost was ghosty on the fabric. So what I ended up doing was I stitched some of it. I think I started in the middle. So I had started in here. So I stitched some of the white and I stitched like some of the mushrooms. And I put some packaging tape over what I had stitched, and then I just sprayed the piece with some antiquing spray. And I might have like kind of overdone it a little bit, but so then when I went and stitched more of the ghost, like up here, you could see his head. It looks a little darker because I think that's where I had sprayed it first and then stitched over it, and then this is where I had stitched first and then covered it with tape and then sprayed around it. And then because I had covered some with tape, I don't know, there's just some areas that were still cream, so I took a toothpick and put it into the spray and then kind of dabbed around. So that's why like here it's showing up a little darker around the leaves, but it's still cute. I think it's still cute. This is just some ribbon that I had gotten from a craft store. It came like that. I didn't what is that cording? I didn't make it myself. It just came like that off of a spool. So yeah, so that is Little Mushroom Ghost by the Little Stitcher, and I will hang it on my tree later. Okay, and then my next fully finish, this one was also a start and a finish and a fully finish since the last time I filmed a video. This is called Hello Autumn by Primrose Cottage Stitches. This was their most recent freebie in their newsletter. It came out October 2nd. So it comes out like the first Thursday of every month. They if you sign up for their newsletter, you get a free pattern every month. And this is the one that was in the October newsletter. So I used all the called for DMC. I think the called for were actually a fancy floss. It could have been color and cotton. I'm not 100% sure, but there was a DMC conversion, and that's what I used. And I stitched it on a 32 count. I think it's called like Murano Car or something like that. It's a plaid printed 32 count Lugana, and I purchased it years ago at a craft store. And it was a pretty quick stitch. It probably took me maybe 3 days to do, and then I just made it into a pillow. This is fabric that my friend Barb had given me. It was from her mom's stash. And then this is some ribbon that I had, and then just some wooden leaves that I had. I glued on there. I have a charm 2025, and then I just added this. It kind of looks like a sunflower. I don't know if it really is, but it kind of looks like a sunflower, so I just threw that on there. And then the back is some fabric that I've had for, again, years. And then to cover up my hole, because on this one I did make a slit in the back and stuff it with polyfill, so I just had this leaf. It was like, I think I purchased those years and years ago at the dollar store, a huge bag of them. So yeah, so that's Hello Autumn from Primrose Cottage Stitches. So those were my only 2 current FFOs. I do have one finish. This was a whip in my last video, and this is Lassen National Volcanic Park. It was from this book here by Lior Zokovsky. I found this on Amazon back in the spring. It's got every single, it's got a miniature of every single national park. So the first one that I did was Lassen, because my son and I visited this national park back in August. So I kind of wanted to stitch this as just to commemorate that. We also visited Redwood National Park and Crater Lake, so I do want to stitch those at some point as well. And yeah, it's just on a white Aida. I think this is an 18 count Aida. I did 2/2. So it is very tiny. I think I might make a journal, but I'm not 100% sure yet. We shall see. So that was my my only finished object since I last filmed. Whips. Okay. So this one I started at the beginning of September. This is Shine On Harvest Moon by the Calico Confectionery. I spent about 4 days in the past couple weeks on this one. These are all of the pretty flosses. It's all DMC. And this, I think this is on a, this happens every time. It's on a Cedar River linen 20 count salt ash Aida. And this is where I am on that. So I don't remember where I was exactly the last time I showed it, but I think I have, you know what, let me put this on the board. I need to start using this board again because it's a lot easier to show. And then my arms don't get so tired. So I filled in, like I completed a lot of the borders since I shared it last. Let me move the needle minder away. Okay. So I filled in a lot of the borders, and I just worked more, you know, filled in some of the letters. Actually, I think I had Harvest Moon in last time, so I think this time I probably finished off. I know I finished the bottom row, and I probably put more in here. So my strategy with this is just to do like a little bit of on the borders, because this is basically just one row, you know, stitch. It's just straight across. And you kind of get tired of doing that after a while. So I would do a little bit of border, and then I would do a little bit inside, maybe like one thread or two threads, and then I would go back and do more border, because there's a ton of borders. Like this is a double border, so there's two rows of stitches there, and then this border, and then this border, and here, and then this is, I think this is the last border. And so yeah, it's just a lot of like straight stitching, which is great, you know, if you're watching TV, something that you need to focus on. Otherwise it's just kind of tedious and boring, but it's getting there. And probably what I might do is just start working, maybe start working in the middle, and then again just do like a little chunks. Like I'll do a little bit in the middle, and then I'll go back to the border, a little bit in the middle, just so I don't get tired of doing the same thing over and over again. But I'm really loving this one. I enjoy stitching on this 20 count Ada by Cedar River Linen, and I really love the colors. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun enjoying that one. And my friend Heather from the Mirror Image Stitcher, she just also started this one too. So I'm very excited to have somebody to stitch along with. So if you don't follow her, check out her. She just put out a video a couple days ago. She's from Canada, and whoops, she does a lot of like older style patterns, as well as new style, or new, you know, more modern patterns and older patterns from like the 80s and 90s. Okay, so that was whip number 1. And then whip number 2 is, this one is Halloween Tiny Town. Oh, I didn't show, well, the two that I just shared, the Finish and the Harvest Moon, are both in just like these bags. Because I think I say this every time, but I'm running out of bags, and I just have not had time to make any more. So this is my next whip. Halloween Tiny Town by Heart in Hand. This is the bag where that one is being held. And this is on a 32 count vintage country mocha Lugana, and it's on a super huge piece of fabric that I need to cut down, but for now it's just going to be like this. Okay, so I made some decent progress on this one. I think when I shared it in my last video, I had gotten up to the tree and I had one bad in. So I spent another 4 or 5 days, no, yeah, maybe 4 days on this, and I put all of this in here. So it's pretty quick stitch. I'm a slow stitcher, so I don't know. And I guess that house is pretty full coverage. I mean, it's a lot of stitching in that house, but yeah, I really love this one. I am using the DMC conversion. So I believe the called for is over dyes, but I'm using the DMC conversion. So you can see my colors are a little bit different than the photo. The photo, they seem to be a little bit brighter. Like this house is a more of an orange, red orange, and mine is more of a muted orange. But I really like it. So that's Halloween Tiny Town, and I did purchase Paisleys and Polka Dots have a special board that they created for this stitch. I shared it in my last video, but it has like the top has different like haunted houses on top, so it comes unfinished, and I just spray painted it over the weekend, and so now I'm like motivated to really get this one done this year so that I can put it on that board. Okay, my next whip is Autumn is as Joyful. I've seen this one many, many times. I started this one, let's see, January 1st of 2024. It was part of a sale that I was doing with the Black Cat Stitchery, the needlework shop, and they had broken it out so that every month you would do a particular section, and then by the end of the year, excuse me, by the end of December you should have had it finished, so December 2024. And I did really well keeping up with it until last fall, and then I just wanted to stitch everything else. You know, I wanted to stitch Halloween, so I kind of fell behind. So here, this is the bag. This is a Patchwork and Poppies bag that I'm keeping it in. So yeah, I fell behind on the stitch along, and I've just kind of been picking away at it just a little bit at a time. But anyway, this is where I'm at. This is on a 20 count mushroom, I believe. Yeah, just a mushroom Ada. So since you last saw it, I put in the N, this flower. I finished the turkey, which there was a lot of stitching in that turkey. This I think is probably one of my favorite motifs on the whole piece, but it was definitely not my favorite to stitch. It was tough. It was a lot. And then I've got quite a bit done on this motif. And then I do have a hanging thread here. So what I did was I completed this acorn. Unfortunately, I miscounted. I think this heart is up one space too high. And when I was coming down here, I was kind of basing it off of the motifs here. So all of this, it's off. I already ripped part of it out. I had to rip this out once because I thought my error was down there. But then I realized it's up here. So I have to I think I have to go back and rip all of that out and restart it. I just haven't had the mental capacity to do that yet, because it's going to require just a lot of concentration, because it's, you know, it's not just a straight line. It's four over and then another 4 over, and you have to be very precise with that. So I just need to be fully awake and pay attention. I need to be like focused on it, have time to really focus on it. So yeah, that's why this is hanging, because I wasn't quite sure where my error was at the time, and but now I know, so I got to rip it out and restart it. So when it was a stitch along, the whole inside was supposed to be done in October of 2024, and then this was the November 2024 section, and then the rest, the December, is a moose in the leaves. So all of this here I still have to put in. So I don't think that it's going to be done this year, because there's still a ton of stitching inside. I mean, I'm thinking, based on how long all of these other parts had taken me in the past, that this is going to take me probably 5 days to complete, and then this is probably going to be maybe 10 days. I don't know. It's pretty. There's a lot. See the houses and the horse and the pumpkins. There's a lot. So I don't know, maybe not quite 10 days, but I think I still need a couple of weeks to fully complete this. So I am going to chip away at it, and it probably won't be done until next year, which is fine. I already have started thinking about my 2026 plans, I don't know. I don't normally think about my plans this, for the next year this soon, but it is definitely something that I have been thinking about because I do have quite a few older whips that I just really want to get done, get work on. So I think that's going to be a focus in 2026. These are all the flosses for the Autumn is as Joyful. A lot of pretty colors. Just a lot of autumnal. I really, really do enjoy this project, but I can't spend more than like 4 days, or I get burnt out on it. Okay, I had to turn the fan on because it's really, really warm in here. It's humid. I mean, the weather is nice. The weather has been nice, but it's very, it's been very humid, which is unusual for here. I feel like I said that last time too, though. So my next one is Spooky Halloween. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Spooky Halloween by Durene Jones. This was a design that she did specifically for Lakeside Needlecraft in the UK, so I had to order it from them. I ordered it last year. It was a kit, so it came with the printed fabric. It came with the needle minder. It came with all the floss. So this is where I am. I only just pulled this out last night, so not a whole lot of progress since the last time I shared it, but I did finish this house and I put the pumpkin in. Unfortunately, last night I did realize that I missed 2 little windows here, so I haven't decided if I'm going to rip it out and put them in or not, but you can see in the pattern there's like 4 window panes, and I only have 2. So I may or may not go back and redo that. We shall see. And then I do still have like some back stitching to put in here and here, the spider webs, but I'll probably do that at the end. So I really enjoy this project. It's very easy to stitch on. It goes quickly because there are very few colors. The majority of it is black. So you don't really have to like look at your pattern, find the next color, load up your needle. It's just black, black, black. You just keep going, and then once I have like several areas that I can fill in, then I go back and put the colors in. Like I finished the house and the pumpkin, and then I put like then I went back and put in the I think it's Light Effects, the colored flosses. So yeah, I really, really like this one. It's a lot of fun, and it's very easy. This is I think it's a 28 count Lugana, I think. And it's just very easy to stitch on. Actually, yeah, it's a 28 count even weave. I almost wish that this coverage was a little better. The holes are pretty big on, even for a 28 count. The holes are pretty big, so you can see a little bit of, there's like white or just fabric showing through. So, I mean, I don't know if I could have done 3 strands. I guess it says to use 2 strands, so I don't know if 3 strands might have been pretty bulky, but I think it'll be all right. I mean, from far away it looks fine. It's just close up. You can definitely see the fabric through it. But far away it looks fine. And then that one is in this bag that I made a couple of years ago. So this one is still in the Q-snap because I want to get a little bit more progress on this one, since I only spent 1 day on it in the last 3 weeks. Let's see. Then I did have a couple of new starts. This is a pattern that my friend Carla had given all of us, all of the table mates, when we went to the Pacific Stitching Retreat in Anaheim back in February. She gave all of the table mates a kit, this pattern that she kitted up. So this is Autumn Calls by Hands On Design. and she had it in this little bag, and she provided the DMC and some scissors, and we just had to provide our own fabric. I really, really like it on this charcoal fabric, but I didn't have any, and I was really anxious to get started on it, so I ended up starting it on just a cream Ada, like a scrap that I had in my stash. The called for is a 32 count charcoal Belfast, which I did not have, so I'm hoping that it will still look okay on this fabric. I mean, the colors are popping just fine, but it's not as much of a statement piece as this one is. But I can always, if I ever get, the charcoal fabric, I can do it again, stitch it again. It's a small stitch. So when I was stitching on this one, I was kind of playing a game with myself. I was watching Flosstube a couple nights ago, and for every Flosstube that I watched, I could only stitch with one color. So like the green, I was watching Marcy Amnicon Studio. She did a whip parade a few days ago, so I was watching that when I stitched the green. This turquoise color, I was watching the Curious Crafters. They had a recap of they had gone to the Pacific Northwest stitching retreat with oh my gosh, the Artsy Housewife and Evlia. So it was kind of a longer video. It was like an hour or so. So they were talking about that. So that's what I stitched when I watched them. And then the orange was actually two videos. I was watching Sarah's Stitchery, and Lindy Stitches. She had her the Jingle Ball. She was going over all of the classes that are going to be available for the Jingle Ball, and I love them all. They are all so good. I don't know how I'm going to choose. I actually don't even know if I'm going to buy a kit. I might just do the PDF and kit them up myself. I'm sure you've heard the government shut down. My husband is furloughed, so he's not getting paid, and he's supposed to get back pay, but now they're saying that he might not get back pay. So we're just trying to try not to spend too much right now until we know what the heck's going on. And if he even has a job to go back to, we don't know. So anyway, that video was really fun. The Jingle Ball, just seeing all of those projects. Are you? Hey, let me know in the comments below if you're going to attend the Jingle Ball and if you are going to take any of the classes. They are all just so cute. It's going to be a really, really hard decision. But I also have not finished. Last year I did the gingerbread house from the Tiny Modernist, which I have not finished stitching yet. And then was it back in May, I think, I did the bee's knees from Hands On Design. It was like almost like a biscornu, but not quite. I still haven't finished the stitching on that one either, so I really have no business taking any more classes if I can't finish the projects. So then my last new start, did I say this? Yeah, this was a new start since the last time I saw you, this Autumn Calls. And then my other new start was the Salem Sisters Apothecary. And I showed in my last video that I did buy the frame for this one. So this is another one that I'm really motivated to get finished because I have the frame. So I really want to have it finished for this month. This one is, I'm stitching it on the called for, which is 32 count vintage country mocha, and I got quite a bit done on this one. I think I probably spent like 4 or 5 days on it, and this is where I'm at. Again, this is another really fun quick stitch because it is just one color, so you just have to look at the chart to see where you're going. You don't have to worry about like what color do I use next, and so it goes pretty quickly. So I have almost half of it done, I'd say. yeah, I have like this half done. I still have to fill in the cauldron, but then I have, you know, this is just repeated again on the other side, and oh, the words at the bottom I have to do, so I should be able to get it done this month, hopefully. But yeah, I really like this one. It's a lot of fun. So that's Salem Sisters Apothecary, and that's in my spooky bag. So that's it for my stitching. I guess it was a decent amount, although I feel like maybe it wasn't as much as usual, but like I said, I spent 4 or 5 days on pretty much all these projects, so got a lot of progress. So my plans will be, I want to finish the Halloween Tiny Town, and I want to finish the Salem Sisters Apothecary, and then I'm going to just continue working on all of my other fall and Halloween whips. The Two Tall Stitchers, they are a Flosstube channel on YouTube, mother and daughter, and they are going to start they started a hashtag called Big Girl Pants Challenge. And what that is basically just put on your big girl pants or your big boy pants and get it done. Like, if there's something that you have been putting off and putting off and putting off, because maybe you're intimidated by it or whatever, they're just saying just do it. So a couple of things that I'm planning on doing for that, and pardon me while I bend down on the floor. A couple of the things that I pulled out for that. This is Hoot and a Boot by the Needles Notion or Nebby Needle. Actually, I don't remember exactly who the designer was, but I finished stitching this one last year, and I really want to FFO it, but because you FFO it into the shape of a boot, it's like an open stocking, and then the owl goes inside, tucked inside, and so I'm just really nervous about FFOing this one. I don't want to mess it up, so I kind of been putting it off. Plus, it's going to take a lot of time. It's just, it comes with written instructions, but it's one of those that I really, I need to really focus, and I'm going to need, you know, a lot of time to figure it out and go slow so I can do it correctly. So that's one that I'd like to do for the Big Girl Pants Challenge. And then I have these stockings that I stitched a long time ago, 2021, that, again, I've never FFO'd a stocking before, so and I had a hard time finding tutorials when I looked a couple of years ago. I really didn't find any tutorials on how to finish these, so I will have to go back and check again. I know a lot of these patterns do have written tutorials that come with the pattern, but I'm more of a visual learner. I like to see people going through the steps, and so I like to, if there's a video out there, I like to watch it to help me, and I follow the written directions. And then the other Big Girl Pants challenge that I might want to, that I want to get these done eventually, but these are the pairs, the red work pairs by Annie B's Folk Art. Again, I'm really intimidated by finishing these. You got to finish it into the pear shape, and it just seems difficult. But I did watch, a few years ago, Ivana Pfeiffer had a tutorial on how to fully finish these. Unfortunately, she has taken down all of her tutorials on YouTube, and I don't know of anybody else who has a tutorial on how to do these. I'll double check, but actually I think Annie B's has her own Flosstube, so I could check to see if she has a video on how to fully finish these. I know Helen D had mentioned, well, she wants, her most recent video, she was talking about Jingle Ball and how there is a new pear pattern coming out for the Jingle Ball, and so I bet you she's going to have a tutorial at some point on how to finish the pears. So that would be cool. But yeah, I would really like to try to get these done soon. I'm so bummed that Vana took her tutorials down. They were so helpful. Okay, so those are like some things that I would like to do for... Oh, I know I had another stocking too. I don't know where it went, but I did have another stocking. It was a JBW stocking. So that I'd like to try to get done for that challenge. And then the other plan is the Magazine Monthly Challenge group. They have a pop-up challenge that's called Trick or Treat, and it's from the 11th, so tomorrow, until the 17th or 18th. And so for 5 nights, Robin is going to roll a dice, and if it's like an even or an odd, I don't remember which goes with which, but whether it's an even or odd, that determines whether you're going to stitch on your trick piece or your treat piece. So the trick piece is a piece that is like, I don't know, it might be more difficult, you might not enjoy as much, you're maybe a piece that you don't necessarily gravitate toward and pick up. So my trick piece is going to be the Halloween window. This one is very intense. A lot of this background is like half stitches, and then there's full stitches, and a lot of back stitching. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I started this one last year with Carolyn of Cesic Stitch, and one of the was it Karen or shoot, I forgot it's a duo Flosstube, and I can't remember the name of the Flosstube or which one of them was doing this, but I know that they are much further along. But anyway, this is where I am right now. So I've got like one window done, minus the back stitching. So I do want to make more progress on this one. I really enjoyed it. I did really enjoy it when I was stitching on it last year, but this year I tried to pull it out one day, and I was like, I just don't have the mental capacity for this right now. It's a lot. It's a lot of concentrating. There's a lot of flosses in this one. All DMC. So that one is going to be done. Again, I don't remember if it's even or odd on the dice, but however many times it's rolled, it will. The requirement is 1 hour or 100 stitches for a night for that, and it's only for 5 days. So, and then you get 2 extra days to make up if you like didn't get to stitch one day. And then my trick is actually going to be a new start. So treat? It's the treat. Yeah, it's going to be a new start. So this is Chubby Box by Jeanette Douglas. And Halloween window is in this bag, which I absolutely love. I love this vintage fabric. I think I thrifted that a couple of years ago. And then, I mean, this isn't exactly a fall bag, but it is Halloween. So Chubby Bird is in this that I stitched this last year. So those are going to be for the Magazine Monthly Challenge starting tomorrow, the pop-up challenge. Okay, so those are my plans. And I'm just going to pause for a minute, and I'm going to get all of my purchases over here. Okay, purchases. I got my fabric of the month from Bestitch Me. This is called Antique Market. I get the 28 count Lugana. This is very, very pretty. Neutral. Love it. And I love that, like, she used to put it in like some super crinkly packaging, but now she puts it in, well, I don't know if this is a one-time thing, but she puts it in the bag with the Ziploc, which I really like. And then this was her packaging, the outside packaging. Okay, I got my Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine for the fall of 2025. really like this one down here in the back. I don't think I shared this, did I? No, because I just got it a few weeks ago. So yeah, a lot of really cute fall things. And this one's cute from the Shakespeare's Peddler. And then this one is Crochet a Go-Go. I think, I want to say Beth the Steadfast Stitcher did a flip through of this if you are interested in seeing all of the patterns that are in it. There's some really cute punch needle patterns in here, and I don't know. I'm not going to do a flip through, but always love that magazine. And then I went to Silver State Stitch Shop near me. For anybody who's new, I am in the Las Vegas Valley area, and there's Stitcher's Paradise, which is probably about 20 minutes from me, and then I live on the south side of the valley, so I am closer to Boulder City, Nevada, where Silver State Stitch Shop is, and I go there every month for a UFO club, which is it basically is just you bring in all of your fully finished objects. It's kind of a challenge to motivate you to fully finish all of the stuff that's in your under the bed drawer. And whenever I go there, I end up buying something. Plus, the UFO Club, every month she gives us a little extra, a little perk. And so this month, in September, it was 25% off a pattern of your choice. So I ended up picking up this from Teresa Kogut. They're so cute. And I did get the called for flosses. I think a couple of them I did just get the DMC because the stitching was so minimal for those colors that I just picked up. I grabbed the DMC instead, but like I bought this color, I bought the orange, and I bought, I think, the teal. And then other than that, I'm just going to do like not Blanc, 310 for the black. And I also purchased this one. I have the fall one, which I haven't stitched yet, and Jessica had this one at the shop, so I got that. And eventually I would like to stitch all of them. These will also fit in that cubby from Paisleys and Polka Dots that I have my Lighthouse series in. Okay. I don't know if I would use it for that or not, but maybe, because I've only stitched 3 or 2 of the Lighthouse series so far. So if I did stitch like one of these, I can put it in when I don't have a Lighthouse for that month. I can put one of these in. And I also made a purchase from 123 Stitch because the this one that I just showed from Teresa Kogut, I had seen somebody on Facebook had stitched this, and she stitched this pumpkin on an orange gingham fabric. So it looked so cool. So I ended up purchasing that fabric. It's a 28 count platinum pumpkin gingham linen. So I thought that'd be really cute for the for that little basket in the pattern. I was looking at this, and the holes seem really small, but thankfully this pattern really is, I mean, to make the basket, it's very minimal stitching. Okay, so I got that from 123 Stitch, and then because you can't just buy one thing, right? When you place an order, I also picked up this cute little Mill Hill. It's all beaded, no stitching, it's just all beaded. Thought that was really cute. And then this is a pattern that I had seen the model of. So I had seen this before, and I was like, oh, that's okay. I mean, it's cute, but it's not something that I would stitch. And then I went to the attic back in August, and they had the model, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. But they did not have the pattern; they were out of stock. So I went home and just threw it in my 1-2-3 cart, and then because I was buying that fabric, I picked this one up also. So try to mark well by the Scarlet House. And then the last one I picked up from 1-2-3 Stitch was this Mirabilia pattern. I love that. So I'm not a huge like fancy lady. Like I like them. I love them when other people stitch them. I think they're beautiful, but I mean, for right now, it's not something that I don't know, that I would necessarily stitch, although I did purchase one 6 months ago. But this one, I don't know, I just really like this one. This one is more me, I think. More, I just love the colors in it, and it's almost vintage looking, like from the 70s or something, you know. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it's not as pizzazz. I really, really like this one. And I did buy the beads that go with it. So it only called for one color bead. And then my last purchase, actually, you know, I forgot to share this in my last video, but a couple months ago, Patchwork and Poppies was having a sale, and I don't know why she was having a sale. It might have been National Cross Stitch Day. I could be wrong, but that might be what it was for. But anyway, she had a sale, and I grabbed a couple of t-shirts. So I've got like junk on the floor. So my last video I was wearing one, but I forgot to show it. But this is the other one that I got from her. It says, "I'm sorry for what I said when I was frogging." So I thought that was cute. And then the other one, it was black, and I've already forgotten what it said. But I bought those t-shirts from Patchwork and Poppies. And then I did go to the Harvest Moon, the virtual retreat that Lindy Stitches had last month. And I didn't participate a lot. Mainly I just went and watched the meet and greets. I do still need to go back and watch the finished parade though. I really enjoy those, and I didn't get to watch it last time. So I purchased this one from Lindy Stitches, Pigeons in the Corn. Again, the colors, I just absolutely love the colors. And this is the same kind of geode pattern that she did in her stamp series. So I really, really like this one, so I grabbed that. And the main reason I was making a purchase was because she had like an exclusive fabric, and it was called Sepia Sorcery by Fiberlicious. So I got a 20 count Ada, but this is, I don't know, it is so much darker than what it looked like on the website. I mean, it's super, super dark. And it's very, like, crunchy. I don't know. But hopefully it will be okay. And I think what happened was, I think that they folded this up when it was still wet. Because I had to, like, peel it apart. And it left kind of a nasty mess down here. It's hard to see it in the screen, but it's like really wrinkled, and I'm hoping that I can iron it and get that out. But yeah, it's just hopefully if I iron it, it will all come out. But I was really, really surprised at how I didn't know it was going to be this dark. But I will find something to stitch on it. And then I have been eyeing this for a really, really long time. And I think she came down quite a bit on the price of this. But this is I think it's called the Edgar Bird or something like that. So it holds, it comes with the scissors too. And it holds the scissors. I thought it was so cute. and I bought Pantini had some pins that were also exclusive to the, and I feel like have I been calling it the Jingle Ball? I don't know, but it was the Midsummer Stitch. No, it was no, it's not summer. That it was the Harvest Moon Hangout, I think is what it was called. That happened in September, and this was an exclusive thing in the shop. So that's what I purchased from Lindy Stitches, and that was it for my purchases. I don't know. I don't know what if I'm gonna have much going forward, just because with the whole job situation. But we shall see. I did purchase the Primrose Cottage sip and stitch. I wasn't going to do it because I got the Christmas one and the patriotic one, and I didn't stitch anything from either one of those. I did stitch the bonus chart in the patriotic one. It was like a really tiny one that said 1776. I stitched that, but I haven't stitched the other two, and I didn't stitch anything from the Christmas one. So I said, I was trying to tell myself, you don't need it. You haven't stitched the other stuff. You know, you don't need this one. So I didn't buy it when it went on sale. But then I saw Kay in the Cave of Possibilities. She showed the box, and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cute, maybe. But then yesterday I did see at the Primrose Cottage, I watched their live, and they showed the fully finishes of the stitched pieces, and I was like, oh man, I love those. So so I went, and they still had some left, because I figured if they don't have any left, you know, it wasn't meant to be, but they had some left, so I ordered one. And I'm excited because it also comes with like those metal stands, which I had been wanting to purchase anyway, and the finishing pack, it comes with all the stuff you need to finish it, and the DMC. So it's a really great bargain. It's a really great deal for what you get. So I did purchase that. Probably be here tomorrow or Monday. And I guess that's it. That's everything that I have to share. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today and watching this video. I appreciate any likes and comments. Yes, you know, sometimes we all need a little bit of encouragement to know that that you all enjoy it, and that, you know, keeps us encouraged to keep going. And if you subscribe, it helps with the algorithms. It tells YouTube that you enjoy this type of content, and then it will, I don't know, put it in other people's like it'll suggest it or something in their YouTube uh, homepage. I don't know, but it just helps with, you know, getting your video out there more. So I really appreciate it, and I guess I will hopefully be back in 3 weeks, which is actually going to be Halloween. So maybe we'll do a little Halloween video. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you have any plans, let me know down below. I don't think I have any plans. The weather's going to be nice. My son is sick, so I'm like, fingers crossed that nobody else gets sick. He got it from school. You know, they tell you if you miss 3 days, more than 3 days, even if you have a doctor's note, you will get marked down a full letter grade, which I think is crazy, because then people are forced to go to school and go to class, and then they're spreading their germs around to everybody else. And that's what happened. He went to class, and people around him were coughing and whatever, and now he's sick. So I'm really hoping that the rest of us don't get sick. So but yeah, I mean, the weather's gonna be nice. I'm gonna go for a walk. Hopefully stitch outside if I can. The mosquitoes have been ridiculous, so it's really hard to sit outside. You just get eaten alive. But it's one of my favorite things to do this time of year, is to sit outside, stitch, listen to an audiobook. So hopefully I can do that and not be attacked by mosquitoes. We shall see. So yeah, let me know if you have any fun plans this weekend, and I will see you all again in 3 weeks. Thank you so much. Bye.